So is this gonna make any sense to me that since I don't know anything about Fallout?
It's 2031.
Shut up. I'm not giving Ryan Reynolds a free ad from Mint Mobile unless he sponsors me. Then we can talk about it. To the ruins.
If you found this tape, it means that everyone is dead. Or working at a different office. How did this happen? Well, I'll tell you. Buckle up, buckaroos. Today's lesson is the misfired launch of Fallout 76.
Oh snap. We be in the skater game streams.
It began with everyone getting...
I mean, I'm not good at them. I'm way out of practice. Just keep that in mind.
Yes, we have, Todd.
I think we have.
Fallout 76, Bethesda's biggest game yet. My God, it was exciting. And they promised we'd know more at E3. E3 hype time. The press conference. 16 times the detail.
16 times the detail.
16 times.
All new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology.
4 times the map
It is
size.
4 times the size of Fallout 4. And it's our biggest one yet.
My God, it was exciting.
Dude,
November
dude's
14th,
face was
2008.
crazy.
The game goes live with a day 1 patch.
Gonna
of
eat some
50
chicken, be right back.
gigabytes.
Bring me, please, please,
see
and
you
thank
tomorrow.
you.
But once that's downloaded, people start logging into the hellscape that is Fallout 76. And oh dear lord, they never fix the bugs. And there are so many of them. Goodbye world, goodbye necks, goodbye
Whoa.
body, goodbye heads, bugs, bugs, bugs everywhere. Server crashes, game crashes, old bugs imported from Fallout 4. Use more than one nuke at a time, server's dead. Textures far too texturous, an all-consuming void. Error log 307. Can't pick up stuff, can't stop asserting dominance with a T-pose, frame rate problems, screen tear problems, getting too swole, getting underneath the map, getting attacked by invisible enemies, spawning too many enemies,
It kind of speaks for itself.
spawning
Just pointing this out, this would go crazy as a song, like with the beat and everything. The beat and then him like perfectly just like almost, he's not rapping, but it's like its own beat. That's clean right there. What a good time that launch was.
rays. Also, your camp resets after every session, and sometimes it goes underwater. Holotapes randomly play static, but too many holotapes mean none of them will play. Enemy AI is far more A than I. Animations are broken. Surprise! Floating objects and a traveling merchant. Just to name a few. Joseph Anderson has a great video that documents just the ones that he found personally. That video is 3 hours long.
Yo.
But it gets worse. Error CE348780 can corrupt your data and force you to reinstall the game and console operating system. A few PC players had their computers brick entirely. Also, when the date rolled over to the 1st of January 2019, the nukes in the game stopped working altogether. No one thought it prudent to program in other years in an always online game. And a few players were straight up logging into other people's accounts. This guy had a level 78 character that was randomly replaced with a level 8 character. Bethesda said they couldn't do anything about it. And many players are not thrilled with this game, and they want Bethesda to know that. And they want everyone else
What
to
was
know
that?
too.
4,000 to
And they want
1,000?
Bethesda to know that. And they want everyone else to know that.
Thank you,
too.
Todd. Thank you
But
for this
Bethesda
game,
owns
brother.
the platform. Is Fallout 76 fun?
Yes, it is. Banned for racism. Thread locked.
They had no direct outlet for their rage. The only solution was to put a torch to everything else. Reddit, Twitter, Bethesda's other games on Steam. The backlash was immense. But surely level heads would prevail. The reviewers would come out and say that the game isn't so bad. Oh dear lord, they hated it. This is so sad. Despacito, play Country Roads.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
Mountains, Shenandoah River.
And the YouTube community had this to say.
It's really f***ing boring.
Could barely bring myself to play it in order to finish this review.
No one on staff wants to play
Steam
any more of this
negative
video.
wave.
I'm not going to subject myself to another 20, 30 hours of this mess.
In short, Fallout 76 is morally, technically, and creatively bankrupt.
The mods on Bethesda forums were working overtime. The mods on Reddit almost gave up. Look, I'm not saying that some people didn't enjoy and have fun with this game, but what I am saying is that the Metacritic was...
So Elder Scrolls 6 is the next game, and so we have this and we have Starfield, right? I haven't played either of them, so I can't speak from personal experience, but I am aware enough at how bad at least Starfield was. I didn't know as much about this game, but I know enough to know that Elder Scrolls 6, everybody in the world is going to be hyped on it because it's, after it's a big series, right? And this is how it's, this is how it's trending. It's not going to be good, and it's not going to please... I wouldn't say it's not going to please anybody. Somebody's going to enjoy it, but it's not going to be good, all right? Starfield's sitting at 56 to 59% on Steam. Ladies and gentlemen, we are cooked.
really funny to read. So what happened? Well, it came out that development was hugely rushed. The deadlines were tight. Too tight. Plus, this wasn't Bethesda's A-team. It's actually a relatively
Lost their
inexperienced
touch,
division
yeah.
based in Austin, and the scope of the game kept getting bigger.
We're gonna need distant weather systems.
Hey Todd, I stayed up all night and I just
We're
finished.
gonna need 16 times the detail.
Please, Todd, no more.
We're gonna need 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
That, and they were trying to patchwork the old Bethesda creation engine into a multiplayer framework. What else could you expect?
That's why I give my kids
Fallout 76.
a fool.
Now, Bethesda could tolerate the bugs and the bad reviews and the irate players, but what they couldn't tolerate were the exploits. Infinite inventory, infinite invisibility. The frame rate was tied to the game speed, so people were going a lot faster than they should. Server hopping for more items, infinite cache and infinite duplication, unlimited XP, unlimited nuking. The nuclear codes were unencrypted and you could wall clip into the quest room. And someone was given the curse of infinite invincibility. Naturally, this can really mess with other players.
So basically, you could just do whatever you wanted.
Bethesda was ready with the ban hammer
This just works.
and a blindfold to wildly flail around and take down anyone who happened by. But Bethesda wasn't satisfied with just banning people. No, they're a progressive company with big ideas. They wanted to give a road to redemption. So support sent out this
The
email.
launch was the Wild West.
We would be willing to accept an essay on why the use of third-party cheat software is detrimental to an online game community. That's right, 500 words on why you're a very naughty boy, and they may just give you your account back.
Wait,
But
what?
a couple of cheats. We would be willing to accept an essay on why the use of third-party cheat software is detrimental to an online game community. That's right, 500 words on why you're a very naughty boy, and they may just give you your account back. But a couple of days later, the mocking from news outlets caused them to reconsider this approach. One more exploit. In all the Bethesda games, there's a dev room. Every item in the game is kept
Hey,
here.
I went there
Secure
one
exploit.
time.
In all the
I
Bethesda
went
games,
here one
there's a
time.
dev room. Every item in the game is kept here. Security has to be
Yeah,
top-notch,
yeah.
because
Write
otherwise,
a
someone
write a
could just
discussion
waltz in
board
and take
post,
all of the best
and
items in the
we'll
game, and it would be an absolute
consider
disaster.
bringing you back.
Well, of course, Bethesda wasn't equipped to
That's
well,
the
with
that's the
best
dev
items in the
room.
game, and it would be an absolute disaster. Well, of course, Bethesda wasn't equipped to deal with the issue. People started flooding in, taking the best items in the game, then selling those items on a black market of sorts. At first, they tried the usual approach, banning people who had some of the best items in the game. You spent 700 hours just to get the best gun? Die, cheater. Next, they put in a system where players would get tagged if they ever entered the room.
Dev
And they
room in a
banned those
multiplayer
players.
game.
That
Not
wasn't
a
much
good
better, because
idea.
People would just start using Smurf accounts. Get in quick with a level 1 account. Get all that good then get the f*** out. Then use a duplication glitch to get a ton more of those items.
No
Then
way.
transfer that stuff to your main account, and you're good to go. Bethesda then takes out this level 1 and calls it mission accomplished. And you've just beaten the game. So the problem continued. Bethesda is running out of ideas to solve it. There's a lot of speculation in the media and among players about how exactly people are getting in, but no one except for the exploiters knows for sure. That said, Bethesda needs to act fast before it ruins the economy of the game. So they wrote another email and sent it out to the Smurfs. Hello, Cheetah. Do you want to tell us how you did it, and we might unban you, please? Should we not hear back from you, the account will simply remain suspended. It's not known whether this approach worked, but from what I've seen, it's still possible to get into the dev room. November 22nd, 2018.
That's
Just a week
crazy.
after the release, the game goes on discount. From $60 to $40.
Yeah, seriously,
to
dude.
$35,
That's insane.
To $30. You can find it for $15 on eBay, and in Germany, they're straight up giving it for free when you buy a PlayStation controller. Also, some stores are just zip tied.
That, dude, go get a controller, get a free game. That's amazing.
Buying it to other products. But to Bethesda, it's worth selling the thing at a price close to zero, because it brings people into the atomic shop, which is where the real margins are, and it inflates the poor sales figures. Let's have a look at those. The latest figures show 76 sold less than a sixth of what Fallout 4 did. Not good. There's also been a massive oversupply of hard copies. Although, what's the point of a hard copy when the thing is just a cardboard disc telling you to redeem an online code?
What? Dude, now that's crazy. That's actually insane because, like, I know this style is obviously outdated. I get that. However, if you still play console, unless you're just a huge video game collector or whatever, most likely if you go to get a physical copy of a game, it's a game that you truly, like, you're getting it for the series, you're a collector of that series, like, whatever. I totally get wanting a physical copy if you have all the other ones or whatever. Imagine it's this. Like, imagine the disappointment before people knew this was a thing. Again, I know it's outdated, but it's cool to look on your shelf and you see all the Fallout games or all the Halo games, like whatever. This just kills it. And then the amount of waste, like if you're going to do this, why even bother doing this in the first place? This is such a waste of money, materials, like that's insane.
It's just a cardboard disc telling you to redeem an online code. And while sales are low, returns are high. Immediately upon release, people began asking Bethesda for a refund. 76 is not on Steam, it's on Bethesda's own platform, so they have all the control. If players only played the game for a few hours, then generally they'd get their money back. However, it came out that people were sometimes getting refunds after a full 24 hours of play. Quite generous. But then word about this spread to forums. Then to Reddit, and a post got 12,500 upvotes informing people that this made pretty much everyone eligible for a refund, and the comments told them exactly how to do it. Bethesda was flooded with requests for refunds. And their response? Shut it down, lads. No one gets a refund now.
What's up, Brofu? What's up, man?
Show's over. Robot customer service man, engage.
You didn't bring chicken.
Customers who have downloaded the game are not eligible for a refund.
What kind of chicken is
for the inconvenience.
What kind of chicken we talking?
A few things followed. First, people got mad. One hardcore gamer even trashed a GameStop for refusing his refund.
Okay, that's too far. Yeah, that's BS, dude. Like, grow up.
Thank you for calling GameStop. This is Brian. How can I help you?
Bro's still on the phone.
Thank you for calling GameStop. This is Brian. How can I help you?
That's amazing. Yo, the Red Dead 2 promo right here, that's fire. Average, yeah, true. Average workday for sure.
A bit of an overreaction, but probably also fake. Second, the media. And third, a class action lawsuit. Their inconsistent refund policy and terms of service may not be strictly legal. November 27th, 2018, Miglaccio and Rathod LLP filed a class action suit on behalf of customers. Media quickly picked up on that. Their main argument is that it's a sometimes unplayable game owing to its technical problems.
Gosh,
then they're
that's so
refusing
bad.
refunds, and that Bethesda is engaged in a strategy to release it anyway and then slowly patch their way into a more playable state. Updates on this lawsuit are slow, so I'll keep you informed on the second channel.
Well, but now it makes even more sense.
Fallout fans made their pre-orders, and the most dedicated pre-ordered the Power Armor Edition.
Oh no.
Wow. It came with a helmet, box, map, army toys, and a genuine West Tech canvas bag. Fast forward to the release, and customers notice that their precious bags, which are supposed to be made of the finest canvas in the land, look a bit different.
Bruh.
In fact, it looks like a carry bag the real bag should come in.
Bruh.
Did they really just advertise one thing and deliver another? You can't do that. So there was a surge of backlash, and people began emailing Bethesda, asking for refunds, asking for answers. By this point, customer service is absolutely over it. They are done with the facade, and they send this email in response.
Hello. We are sorry that you aren't happy with the bag. The bag shown in the media was a prototype and was too expensive to make. We aren't planning on doing anything about it.
That's the whole
No
email.
way that's the actual email. There's no way that's... Dude. Okay, so, like, I know this to a lot of people might not mean anything, but, like, being somebody who studied marketing and social media and, like, PR, I worked PR for a little bit, this pisses me off. Because not only did you advertise a false product with probably... This part, like... The bag shown was too expensive. That probably is a lie in and of itself. They probably never even planned to make the bag like that anyway. So first of all, it's false advertising. And then you basically just say, we took your money, haha, deal with it. Yeah, literally. They literally basically just took people's money and said, okay, too bad. And the even crazier part about this is the pre-order thing. People didn't really have enough time to know that the game itself was really, really bad. And so it's not like this came out at a later date and people knew that the game was bad and they hadn't already lost all this money with refunds and like getting trash reviews and stuff like that. Like, this is the very beginning of this whole saga. And then they go and do this, which just makes it even worse. That's crazy.
We aren't planning on doing anything about it.
That's the whole email. Staff at Bethesda aren't even hiding their contempt anymore. Naturally, the internet goes wild.
Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow.
Well,
Yeah, I would have been pissed about this.
Shaved everything off my face.
Okay guys, this is a bit of a PR nightmare. We have to quell the outrage. What do? Well, we've got this in-game currency. Let's just give them the minimum amount of that. Fantastic idea. Hear ye. Anyone who paid $200 to $300 for the Power Armor Edition is hereby entitled to $5 worth of...
Oh, that really pisses me off. I ain't gonna lie, that pisses me off. I was just about to search how much that costs, and it's $200 to $300. So you paid that much money for false advertising, number one, and a terrible game. Granted, you didn't know that at the time. However, you had no reason to doubt or think that the game was going to be that bad at first. In return, you get $5 of not real money that you spent, but in-game currency. So bad. So bad. Closest to being a gamer I get is Fortnite. I'm a poser than I did the old Tony Hawk games and Nintendo games on my Switch. Yeah, I mean, like, look, I'm not a gamer either. Like, when I first started streaming, I was like, man, I don't play games. But when I did start, I was like, you know, this gives me an opportunity to play games that I didn't play when I was growing up. And so I don't classify myself as a gamer. I'm not like looking at what games are coming out. I don't play new games that often, but like I have reignited that like enjoyment that games brought me when I was a kid, if that makes any sense.
That you'll be able to spend with us. 500 atoms? Yeah. What are you going to do with your atoms? I'm going to buy 5/18 of the white paint version of the power armor. Whoa! What about you? Lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate. The bag! He's right! The bag! Lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate, lightwood laminate.
Is that literally the only thing that you can get for $5?
See of what would happen. What really happened is further outrage, and even the media started piling on.
Watching the making of Oblivion video gets me teary-eyed. Seeing Todd go from a game design genius to now, yeah, dude, it's like it's bad, man. It's really bad.
Most heaven, West Virginia. It even became part of that class action lawsuit from earlier. Bethesda put out a tweet apologizing for their curt customer service and gave a different excuse for why they didn't make the bags. A shortage of material.
Also, I'm sorry to keep pausing, but I've never really done like a React video like this, so I don't really know how to do it properly. So forgive me if I'm ruining the video by chiming in and stuff. But like the Oblivion remake, the remaster or whatever, is supposedly happening or rumored or whatever. Obviously, if that's true, like it's gonna happen before the 6th game drops. Obviously, like, you know, people enjoyed Oblivion, right? Now if you get the remaster and it's just absolutely garbage, whether it's bugs with the game or whatever, that's just gonna further make the 6th game an absolute joke, most likely, because already people have lost hope. And then if the remaster comes after Starfield and is a joke, it's just gonna get worse. And like honestly, the 6th game and the Elder Scrolls, like that, I feel like that could be like a really bad moment for this company, because if it doesn't work out, like how can they ever recover from that? It's a good react, pause, and make takes. The worst reacts are when you don't chime in. Yeah, all right, I appreciate it, man.
That was quickly debunked, because it turns out they did make the canvas bag, except they gave them all out to influencers.
Ah.
Oh dear. It's not the same one, of course, but it's sourced from that ever-scarce material, canvas. But what's more amusing is that it turns out there is a canvas bag in the game if you don the postman's outfit, which of course can be found at the Atom Shop, for 700 atoms. Ooh, just short. Well, the bleating from the online community continued, and Bethesda's lawyers realized there would be trouble, so they decided to capitulate. Alright, fine, we'll make your precious bag. If you want to claim it, you'll have to fill out this form with your name, personal details, address, etc., etc. And we'll ship out the bag to you in 4 to 6 months. But it doesn't quite end there.
You gotta pay the shipping
Bethesda
too.
Bethesda is known for bugs, and of course their website is a buggy mess too. Turns out all of the customer support inquiries are unsecure and open to the public. In fact, people can open and close and change them at will, listed are details of full legal names, phone numbers, home addresses, and more. If you've requested your canvas bag, you've just been doxxed.
Classic.
Not knowing how to immediately fix the problem, Bethesda panics and temporarily shuts down the whole website. And that is the tale of the Duffel kerfuffle. How could this have been so difficult? They made one for New Vegas. One last piece of news.
So instead of just going back and seeing who pre-ordered the game or pre-ordered this package, they had to have had that info somewhere. It's whatever year this came out. Like there was enough technology at that point. You could go back and see who bought that. But no, we're gonna make you fill out the same information that you had to put in before to order it in the first place, and then we're gonna dox you for it. Dude, I genuinely, I had no idea about any of this stuff. Like, I didn't know it was this bad at all.
A rum drink. Nuka-Cola Dark. Pre-orders available in September. Shipped out on November 14th. $80 plus postage and handling. Not cheap, but in return you got a very cool bootle. Looks good on the shelf. A great conversation piece with the family over Thanksgiving. Or at least it would have been. November 14th came and went, and there was no rum. Okay. A week later, on November 21st, an email comes through. There's a delay. Things aren't up to the usual Fallout standard, they say. The usual
Fallout standards, are there any? Hey, yo, what the dog doing?
Things aren't up to the usual Fallout standard. So we'll have it for you soon. No specific date given.
1 week later.
It just works. It just works.
On December 5th, another email. Good news. We start shipping on December 12th. It's been nearly 3 months since you pre-ordered, but as a show of good faith, we made this promotional video for you. And this is where things went from tardy to right there. Did you catch that? That's just a regular industry bottle and a plastic shell. We paid $80 and waited a quarter of a year for a plastic shell? People were not happy.
You can go to any like local, I'm not promoting this. Please don't take this as I'm promoting it. I don't drink alcohol, but you can go to your local ABC store and get the most mass-produced alcohol that there is on the market, and it'll come in a better bottle than that, and it's probably a quarter of the price. Like, easily a quarter of the price.
Look at that ratio. Nothing in the marketing said that it was a plastic shell. Super premium, we were promised. And the media agreed.
I love the different versions of this song, too.
Silver Screen tries to convince people that it's not cheap and it actually costs us twice as much to make the plastic one than the glass one. Then what the fuck?
Yeah, you can buy me something too. Buy me something too.
Convincing stuff.
Since you didn't bring me any chicken.
So it arrives just a few days before Christmas. The rum is about the quality you'd expect.
Can I swear on this? It's my own show.
Worse is the design. The oversized lip means liquid can pour inside the shell.
Hard to pour because how they made this damn thing. Spilled like half.
Gotta get a straw.
Very dribbly.
So you're best off opening the whole thing up to prevent spilling. If you do that, there's a good chance that you'll snap the flimsy plastic. Any liquid will immediately ruin this cheap paper sticker. Some made their own.
Yeah, I mean, look at like even this, dude. Like presentation goes a long way. Not only is this plastic, but like look at the label. Like they have makers, label makers, or not even makers, label machines where it just puts it on there and it's like perfectly centered and doesn't peel up like that. Like what?
It will immediately ruin this cheap.
Yeah, I mean like that
plastic.
That in all of this video, I know this means nothing in comparison to other stuff, but you're like, that's what I'm saying. Like they didn't do a single thing right.
Any liquid will immediately ruin this cheap paper sticker. Some made their own at home and the
That's
quality
cool.
was about on par.
That's
but
cool.
Look, if you do want a decent version of this product, there are reputable sellers of them. They're on Etsy. They're far cheaper and they actually give it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, freaking just, if you have the ability to make your own, just do that and sell it. I guarantee you'd make a pretty penny from that.
Now, many claim that this was an honest mistake.
Sorry.
Or that customers were at fault
Got
for
$4 pink 52mm wheels? Dude,
I disagree.
Get me a pair.
All of the marketing shows other glass items. All of the mock-ups show something more akin to frosted glass than plastic. They give plenty of descriptions of the product too, and not once do they mention plastic. And they were engaged in a bunch of other tomfoolery as well. Before the product was even available, they flooded their own product reviews with a bunch of 5 stars. This raised some eyebrows, and people on Reddit even called them out for it, so they deleted them. You can see all this activity on the Wayback Machine. Now, if they're happy to deceive people in this way, it seems silly to give them the benefit of the doubt about the glass. It's also worth quickly talking about the Bethesda merch store. Some of these items are pretty neat. That's cool. Good idea. I'd have that. Fallout 76 pant. Singular. But why is he so mad? The photography is all just slightly off.
Hey, yo. What? What? Those creases right there. That's a little.
This
That's a
gaudy
little
jacket was
sus.
mocked relentlessly on social media. But does the $76 and $276 really make it more immersive? And why did they just toss it on the ground? And it comes in this crumpled up toddler body bag.
Dude, this looks like a kitchen countertop. That even looks like a stain on a kitchen countertop. And then there's this light, and they took an iPhone photo from the top. And then they're like, good enough.
You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in merch and you don't have an eye on? Why is she wearing the size XXL? She's clearly not happy about it. But who looked at this and said, good job?
270, yeah, seriously.
Now that's surprising. And what the they made the bottle properly. Yeah, one of those please, but bigger and brown. Is that so hard? Let's get back to the game. December 2018. There are 2 new patches released that caused quite a stir. The good. For PC, they included a number of quality of life improvements, including push to talk. But it also brought in field of view sliders. Hooray! Increased stash capacity from 400 pounds to 600 pounds, and a small buff to automatic weapons. Hooray! They decreased the carry weight of bobby pins so it no longer took up 10 to 20% of people's inventory.
I got a box of bobby pins the other week that said weigh these.
There were also upgrades to the camp that allowed for easier construction, and a bunch.
Okay. One more take. All right. Todd seems like the kind of guy that if you were chilling with him, having a conversation, if you were at dinner with Todd, he would say something that he thinks is the absolute funniest thing in the world, and nobody else would laugh except for him. He would laugh at his own joke, and everybody else at the table would rather like take the knife that's sitting there with, you know, the fork and everything else and start playing Russian roulette and accidentally stab their finger. Oh no, I'm bleeding. I have to leave now. And Todd is just sitting there in tears, crying, laughing at his joke.
Bunch of bug fixes. Hooray. The bad. A whole bunch of unannounced stealth nerfs. They generally made the game grindier. Ammo production was decreased. Fusion cores burnt out faster. Legendary enemies spawned less frequently.
On guard, I'll fuck you up.
And the backlash was significant because everybody knew why Bethesda was doing it. To encourage people to use the Atomic Shop.
To make back some money that they
Let's talk
lost
briefly
in
about that store.
sales.
Some of the prices are outrageous. A Christmas tree for $12, a Santa outfit for $20, blue and yellow paint for $18. Oh look, $3 for the same sweater vest and slacks item imported from Fallout 4. But the biggest offense of all was the holiday emote bundle. $24 for some Christmas-themed emotes. Twice the price of these games. The media agreed that these were egregious prices, but worse, they're engaged in some deceiving marketing practices too. Oh look, it's marked down half price. But it's not. It was released half price. They're artificially jacking up the price only to then give it a fake limited time discount in order to create a sense of urgency. That's illegal, here in Australia at least, in Canada and in the EU. Reddit quickly picked up on this and pointed it out. Bethesda reacted by scrapping the discount and just setting it as the always intended price. Okay, it's been about 25 minutes of whining now, so I'm just going to leave it here. I didn't even get a chance to touch on the new pay-to-win fiasco, the new camera item that lets you teleport, dwindling player numbers. But on the flip side, they're also adding new content and improving the game over time. Heck, No Man's Sky was a surprising comeback. So, maybe Bethesda can do it too. But for now,
Copium.
Todd returns to cryostasis, hiding in his bunker until the bombs of outrage stop falling. and returning only when it's time to get our hopes up once again.
They took that out completely. W video, bro. I'm sorry the green screen got messed up. I was trying to, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Here we go.
Anyway, right now, this is the end of the stream anyway. That was a W video, dude. When you sent it, I was like, dude, it's not gonna make any sense to me, but it didn't need to. That was incredibly good.